Hi, I'm Navid Ansari, and in this video we're going to talk about some cool stuff, some cool tips and shortcuts that you should know about GameMaker. So let's begin. So in here you can see that I have this big project that I was working on for like 7 to 8 months, I think. And you can see that it has a lot of objects, and you can't just use this as a browser to browse to everything. So for finding the objects, the fastest way is to hit Ctrl T and it's open up this search for assets. And in here, let's say I want to find OBJ base 1, so it will open it and I can edit it like this. So the next shortcut is for finding things on the workspace. So you can see that I did open this OBJ base 1, and if I wanna find OBJ tank parent, with middle mouse I can go around the workspace, but it takes too much time to find it and it's hard. You see, when you open like 50 object in your workspace, it makes it very hard to find it. So what you should do, instead of drag with your middle mouse, you should hit Ctrl Tab, and in Ctrl Tab you can find everything in here. So we are in workspace 1 and we can find the OBJ tank parent that I want to find. So you see it is here. So again, Ctrl Tab, and I can find whatever I want in here, no matter where it is. It's the fastest way, so you should use it. Next tips that I want to show you is when you want to maximize this. So you can just click on here, and click on here, and it will be maximized, okay? But you don't want to do that every time. So you can hit F12 on your keyboard and it will be full screen fast. So again, F12, you can see all the property, and again F12, it will be full screen. Next cool thing that I want to show you is bookmarking. So let's say, let's find out something complicated. So let's say in here I want to change something in this line after I did some changes in another file. So I want to bookmark this so I can find it fast. So how I can do that? You can do that with Ctrl Shift and one of the numbers, not in numpad, in numbers that in top of your keyboard, not numpad. So I want to put bookmark 1 in here, and you can see with Ctrl Shift and number 1, the bookmark will be here. And I want to go down with Ctrl Tab, and I want to find this object in here, and I want to bookmark this as well. So Ctrl Shift, and this time bookmark number 2 with number 2 on your keyboard, not numpad, number on your keyboard. So now that I have these markers here, I can go to that first bookmark that I create with Control and number, and you can see we did go back to that number. And again, if we want to go to bookmark number 2, if we hold Control and hit number 2 on keyboard, and it will go to number 2. So that's another tips that you should use on your projects. Next tip that I want to show you is this. When you go to object, let's collapse all of these. So let's say I want to create an object in here, or in base folder in objects. So what you do is right click at create and create an object, right? But there is a better way. If you select this base that you want to create your object in, just hold Alt and hit O on your keyboard, and it will create a new object for you. And if you want to rename it, you can hit F2 on it and you can rename it to whatever you want. So that's it. Let's delete it again and do it in object again. Hold Alt and hit O on your keyboard, and it will create the new object that you want for you. So like object, you can create a sprite, shader, room, or whatever you want to create in here. So let's say we want to create a room. Just hold Alt and hit R on your keyboard, and it will create you this new room for you. So let's just delete it again. And let's say you want to create an sprite. You just click on this sprite folder and you hold Alt, and you guessed it, hit S on your keyboard, and it creates a new sprite for you. So it will be faster to create object, shader, sprite, rooms, or whatever. So let's just delete that. Next tip that I want to show you, let's just say I want to duplicate this. You can select it, Ctrl C to copy it, go to the new line, and Ctrl V to paste it. But there is a better way. You just click on the line that you want to copy, and with Ctrl D you can duplicate it fast. Another tip that I want to show you is commenting. If you want to comment this line, you can go to the start of that line, just hit this slash button twice and it will comment it out. But there is a better way. If you click on the line that you want to comment it, you can hold Control and K on your keyboard, it will comment it out. The next, you want to uncomment it. So for uncommenting, just click on the line that you want to uncomment and hold Control, Shift, and K on your keyboard and it will uncomment it. Let's say you want to comment this for line out. So you can select all of them and hold Control and hit K on your keyboard and it will comment all of them out. And if you want to uncomment it, again, you can select it, hold Control Shift and hit K on your keyboard and it will uncomment it fast. The next tip is advanced selecting. So let's say you want to indent this full line by a tab. So you can click on a start of this line, hit tab and it will indent it. So you can select line by line and indent it, but you can do it in a better way. How? Just hold Alt on your keyboard and select at the start of the line that you want to indent and go down, and you can see we select a start of all of these 4 lines, and if we hit tab, it will indent for these 4 lines together, and we can write a stuff or delete a stuff as well, and it is easy. So next tip that I want to show you is Control F. You see, you can find and replace whatever you want in your opened code. So what it does is just the local find and replace, but when you want to find and replace in all of your project, what you can do is go to edit and search and replace for all of your projects, and you can find all, replace all, replace or find next and find previous, and it works fine. But there is a shortcut for that and you can see it in here, Control Shift and F. So wherever you are, Control Shift and F, it will open this as search and replace globally. The last tip that I want to show you in this video is in the rooms. So you see I have this room in here and I want to select this tank in here or this house in here, but I can't do that. Why? Because we didn't select the right layer. So if we select this layer in here, no, we can select it. But what if there is a lot of layer in your project and you can't find that layer that you create that object in it? So let's say we are in this layer and we can select this, but if you hold P on your keyboard, you can select whatever object in your room that you want, and it will get that layer and select it in here as well. So you can see it. I can select whatever I want and it will get us to that layer. These tips and tricks and shortcuts were those shortcuts that I used a lot, and I thought that it may help you to be better at writing code in GameMaker, and it make my life easier. So I thought maybe sharing with you will be helpful for you. There is a lot of shortcuts, but this shortcut was the ones that I use a lot. If you know about any shortcut that is useful, please leave it in comments so everybody can use it in their project. If the shortcut that you share in comment will reach like 10 of them, I will create a video about that and I will share your comment with others so they know who they helped them. So thank you for watching this video. If you like, please hit that subscribe button, like button, and if you share this video, it helped me a lot. Thank you very much for watching. Bye.